is because they do their big prayer and they take off. So they do. I'm not chasing them.
No, yeah. Yeah, just I bet if you just hang out down in the corner, they'll
notice me.
Yeah, at least Dan will.
Yeah.
And then Justin is gonna.
Point us.
Yeah, he's gonna try to.
Yeah, man, your cameraman's doing pretty well over there.
I was looking at some of those, and they looked really good shots over there.
It's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Anna's doing a great job too, except for she's sitting on my left.
Maybe you shouldn't be right where I need to be.
And the Bearcats are set to receive the second half kickoff. Jackson and Smith back to receive. Looks like it's going to be Smith that's going to field it at about the 15-yard line. He's going to come up. He's got some blockers. He's going to come straight up the middle. And he's still going. Barrels his way down about the 48-yard line.
It's a good return there by Smith.
I like how he took it and just got upfield.
Yeah, and he's a bigger guy. I mean, he's not. You got Jackson, who's smaller, slender, and you got Smith, who's a little bit stockier and a little bit more powerful, per se.
You know, personally, I mean, my personal philosophy, Dave, when in football is I'm a get up field guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a dance around, shift around. And there's some guys that can find a lot of success doing that. But just my personal philosophy is just get up field and get where you're going to get and bulldog your way as far as you can.
You would coach the power.
Yeah,
the power,
absolutely. Yeah. And the give is going to be to Gates to see if they can get Gates going this first half. And there's not much there for the first carry of the second half.
Like what you and Justin both said at in the halftime show, I'm going to have to agree with you guys. I mean, if the defense can just hold them, I don't think the Bearcats would have to score again to win this game.
Traxel's going to come off. On the field, they got Walker and Hargrove coming out to the right. Winther, left tight end. In the backfield is Gates and Cook. Gates is going to go in motion now. He's going to drop. Evans drops back, and the pass is to Gates. And makes the grab at about the 50-yard line. It's going to get nothing else. They're going to say his progress is stopped at the 50-yard line. So that's going to be a pickup of about a yard and a half, 2 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
And the Colts that I've noticed on their tackling is once they get a hold of you, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to take you down. Whether they're on their back taking you down, they're getting a hold of you.
Sure. Yeah, their front line they're pretty good size.
Yeah.
They match up fairly well. This time Hargrove and Walker are going to be to the left. Gates and Traxel. And they give us the Gates. And he gets out behind his guard there, and he's going to pick up about another 3 yards, but he's not going to get the first down.
It's not.
But they are committing to the run.
They are.
Gates able to touch the ball 3 times on that.
It almost makes you wonder if they're just trying to get as much, rid as much time as they can and just kind of run this game out here.
And they're going to go for it on 4th down.
And why not? Why not?
Yep. It's going to be 4th and about 4.5.
I'm really surprised that Dayton hasn't got any balls thrown to him out here on the right side.
He's been really quiet today.
He has been.
He had some good games on their road trip. And Cook is going to go in motion across the formation to the right side to give us the Gates. And he's going to keep fighting. He's going to battle, but he's going to come up just shy.
Looks like he's going to be about, 2 yards shy?
2 yards short. So the Bearcats able to only average 2 yards per play there, but they made the commitment to the run. And we'll see if that pays off later in the game.
Yeah. Good start by the Colts to be able to hold them and get the ball back.
Yep.
They're on the 45-yard line, and see if the Colts had something to say see if the Colts coach had something to say in the locker room to get these guys pumped up and try to get their offense going. But to try to break that code of the defense is going to be something else.
They're going to try to find that magic that they had that first half of that first series. And Quarterback's going to come in under center. And they're going to try to run the ball. And he's going to pick up a chunk of about 3.
And not a bad run there. He was met there by about 4 Bearcat defenders, but he picked up about 3 yards, which that's not bad.
And Tristan Gray listed at 5'6", but 230 pounds is what he's listed at. So he's a substantial load back there in the backfield.
Still amazed with that number 9 there tight end. Man, that's a big boy. I mean,
Yeah.
every time, I can't say that enough. Every time I'm looking at him, he's big.
Fawcett under center. And he's going to drop back and pass this time. And what are they going to say? He's marking it. He's going to say that's a catch. We didn't have a great angle on this side of the field here. It looked like it could have bounced off the ground, but we have seen him make that catch a couple times today.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why they wear the stripes and we're up here, I guess.
Right.
They have the angle.
That's right. I tell my little leaguers, we don't make the calls. We just play.
No.
We just play. It's not our job to make the call.
It is not.
So the Bearcats find themselves in a 3rd and short situation. We'll see if the Colts feel like they can run it. They haven't had a lot of success up to this point. We'll see if they think they can run it for that first down. And he's met way in the backfield. We are definitely going to have to look at that one again, Dave. Joel Brown was unreal. Came in untouched. And he didn't just make the tackle, Dave. He body slammed him.
He made him feel that one.
Wow.
He let him know, don't run in my hole.
Yeah. He got to him. He paused for a second. He picked him up and threw him on the ground. Unbelievable.
And that's got to put a smile on the Bearcats defense.
Yeah.
I mean, just letting them know they're still in control there, and they're going to have to punt the ball, and they are punting the ball.
Loss of 3 yards. I mean, just when you feel like you're tasting a little bit of success, the Bearcats come in and just pull the rug right from under them.
There's a flag all the way back at the 26-yard line.
And I'm not sure what the flag is going to be.
And that's going to be close to a first down.
It's going to be a first
Clarence.
down. I think that's a first down. Yep. First down.
The defense is going to have to
I'm
head
not
back
sure
out
what
there.
was the call. Too many players on the field. I'm not sure what the call was.
I wasn't able to count the players, but the referee put his hand up on his shoulder. I'm going to have to read up on my my football calls, that's for sure.
Well, the Bearcats stay on the field. And now the Colts, by virtue of a penalty, get a first down and move into Bearcat territory at the 45-yard line.
And that's got to be upset for the coaching staff of the Bearcats. You know, you're getting ready to get a punt return, and now you got a first down off a penalty. And a 5-yard penalty at that.
That's right. And Fawcett under center, puts a man in motion, and he bobbles the snap, and he's going to have to just fall on it and eat it.
Matt Brown looked to fall on him also, and he did. He landed right on his leg, and he came up. He's hobbling.
Yeah, that's one guy you don't want to fall on you.
I mean, they don't have the listing in the program, but Matt Brown's got to be pushing 400 pounds.
He's got to be right there, about 4 bills.
Yeah. Not somebody I'd want falling on me, like you said. And we know Matt personally.
And Matt, he actually looks like he might have trimmed down a little bit.
He has.
Looking a little sleeker, a little more athletic today.
A little more athletic, yeah.
And now Fawcett's going to go back into the shotgun. This is Strozik time right here. We'll see if Strozik can get some pressure. Fawcett takes the snap, and it's a high snap, and he's going to field it back about the 35-yard line and just throw it out of bounds. He escaped that one.
Yeah, he did.
Lucky to get away with.
And we're going to throw a flag at the 31-yard line. I thought he got out of the pocket and he was able to do that. But
he was way out of there.
It was a real hesitant flag. He had Cook right on his heels.
So what they're going to say is he was out of the, apparently there was no receiver in the vicinity, I guess. So,
And they're going to call that an intentional grounding.
wow. So that brings up third and
let's count them off.
I don't know.
About 20.
Yeah,
about
30,
34 yards. Yeah.
Holy smokes. And they're going to replay the down, or is that a loss of down? They're going to call it third
They're going to say second and 35 is what they're going to say.
Third. And Fawcett's in the shotgun. Bearcats going with a prevent formation. And they're going to hand it off. Little draw play right up the middle. And, they're going to pay for that one.
Daniel Brown just laid him out.
We'll take a look at that one again. Mr. Daniel Brown let him have it.
It looked like Joel Brown had his legs and Daniel Brown had his upper. That's called a high-low.
Oh, man, I would not want to be on the receiving end of that. I mean, he didn't just hit him. He drilled him into the ground.
Drove him into the ground.
There might be an imprint of the guy's body down there on the field.
I mean, and for Daniel Brown to come out here and play at the level that he does, he spent all day, because he goes to college, guys, and he had school all day today.
Mm-hmm.
And he drove straight from school to here to put out,
So here's another punt from the Colts. And see if the Bearcats come after it, and wow. They don't get the block, but they certainly force a horrible punt. I'm not sure where they're going to say that went out of bounds. I mean, it didn't go far. I mean,
no, it looks like they're going to say about the 48-yard line.
And they're lucky to get that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, I think that's a gift.
I thought it looked like it went out at about the 50-yard line, 49-yard line on the opposite side.
Right. And so the net of that is they end up losing 3 yards from where the line of scrimmage originally was.
Yeah.
So they didn't even punt it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage.
Nope.
The original line of scrimmage was the 45-yard line, so that's a loss of 3 on that possession.
Yeah.
Nice job by the Bearcat defense once again.
They just can't crack the defense. The defense is there to play, and they're not.
It's got to be discouraging. Let's see if the Bearcats go right to Gates again, and they do on the inside handoff, and nothing there. And it looked like maybe just things just weren't ready on that one. Huh. So this is a rare problem for the Bearcats not being able to get Gates going.
Yeah, it almost makes you think, I mean, they keep going back at him, which, as Coach Hoyt is, you have to keep going back to your moneymaker, which Gates is their money guy, but he's not getting the yardage that he usually gets.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if it's the offensive line having trouble, but the holes just haven't been there. He's been being met at the line of scrimmage, so I don't know if it's a schematical thing. Or what's going on there, but they're just not getting the holes that he's custom.
I like your wording, schematical. Nice.
And that's going to be offsides.
Mitch Johnson came across. That's their big tight end / defensive tackle / linebacker. If he was a baseball player, he'd be called a utility player.
So that's going to be offsides on the defense. And that's interesting because the Bearcats have been going on such a quick count, that maybe it was time to draw them off sides with the hard count. I'm not sure.
And maybe, I'm thinking Evans noticed that he was kind of up there on the line, and he was hungry to get through that line, and just came that extra count.
So the Bearcats go right back to Tripp's right, 3 wide receivers to the right, Walker, Jackson, and Hargrove. Gates in the backfield. Evans drops back. He's under pressure, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of about 13 yards all the way back at the 30. They're going to call it the 31-yard line.
And he comes up lame. He's limping a little bit, Clarence. I don't know.
He's saying he's going to be fine. He's waving off the substitution, so he's going to stay out there on the field.
And it looked like Rattery was there. Chris Rattery for the Colts was there, and it looked like when he fell back, he kind of rolled his leg underneath of his own body and pulled him back.
That's
over
a big
the top.
man to
that
try
is
to,
a big man.
to drag you down.
Yeah.
Rattery goes 6'3", 278. Hargrove and Walker to the right. They got Jackson to the left. Gates in the backfield. Third and about 20 yards. Call it 22 yards. Evans drops back. He's got some time. Now he's going to keep it. and he's going to go down right about the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Bearcats probably going to punt this one away.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
And they continue to struggle
they
offensively.
Do. Their offense has struggled this game, and it continues. The Colts defense is there. I mean, this has turned into it has been. I shouldn't say turned it into, but this is a defensive matchup here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is.
Yeah.
There's no easy answer. I mean, the
There
things that they
isn't.
usually do well, they're just not finding any success.
And I mean, I know I've said this before, but I'm still surprised that I haven't seen Vincent McCrory in there trying to run the ball yet. I'm wondering if the coach is just trying to keep his shoulder.
And that one's going to sail out of bounds all the way up into the stands.
And Daniel Browns has had, he's had his trouble with punting. He has a few good punts, and then he has a few bad punts. And in this game, he's had more bad than good, I should say. And he'll probably talk to me about this when he sees me next. But I have to see it how it is.
So once again, the Bearcats go to work on defense. Boy, the two Brown linebackers, Joel and Daniel, really took the wind out of their sails that last defensive series. Both got massive hits. And looks like McElravy in on the tackle there.
He was able to wrap him up pretty quick there. It looked like the running back was trying to run through a hole, and he was there instantly.
Back pickup of about a half a yard.
Yeah.
Time just seems to be ticking away this quarter. We're down to 5 minutes left in the third quarter. And Bearcats show 7, 8 guys in the box. Fossa under center, and he fumbles his snap again.
And it looks like the Bearcats came up with the ball, Clarence.
Yeah,
it did. They did.
I couldn't see what happened, but
yeah.
I believe that is their third turnover, fourth turnover of the game.
Third turnover.
And they hand the offense a gift. Now, a couple of the last time when the Bearcats scored a couple of times, as we talked about at halftime, they scored with really good field position. So maybe this would be enough field position for them to punch it in.
To get the ball into the end zone, yeah.
Because they certainly haven't been able to find a lot of success when they've had to go a long distance to the end zone. So.
Yeah.
We'll see if they bring in Powers. I always love it when they put Powers at fullback. I love to see him just crunch people. If I'm a running back, that's the kind of guy I like to run behind. And that's what they do, right behind him.
And that's a good gain. That's his longest gain of the game.
Yeah.
You know.
And you start to feel that momentum shift now.
And that Colts defense, I mean, they've played very well, but you got to wonder if they're starting to get tired.
And now they're going to they're going to take Gates out, and they're going to go back to Cameron Smith. Let's see if they keep it on the ground. 1st and 10 from the 22. Power stays in at fullback. Evans takes the snap. They give it to Smith. He tiptoes through the line of scrimmage. A pickup of maybe a yard.
Met by about 3 Colts defenders there to put him down. They need more than one to get him down to the ground, that's for sure. He's a strong running back, Smith.
The only thing about Smith, that makes him a little different is Gates is really good at lowering his shoulder and getting that leverage, whereas Smith and even McCrory are a little bit higher runners. They run a little bit higher, so they're able to slash a little bit more, but they just don't have that same pop at the point of impact that Gates does.
That Gates does.
So Powers is going to stay in at fullback. And this time they're going to go over the top and try to hit Jackson, but not going to happen.
And it seems that they're having trouble getting the ball to Jackson. That they've tried a few times during the game, and it's they've pretty much happened to incomplete passes.
Yeah, I don't have the stats in front of me
The-
on Evans, but
Yeah.
the completion percentages seems to be down this game.
It is.
And once again, when they do pass, it's usually the short stuff, the dink and dunk. This time, Jackson's going to go out to the left, Walker to the right, Cook in the slot. Smith in the backfield by himself. Evans drops back, fakes the pass. No, he did. He lets it go. That looked like a fake pass.
That was. I mean,
That was quick.
what was that? About a 2-yard pass? I mean, it was pretty much right in front of him.
So they're not going to pick up much.
And again, the Bobcats offense was not able to do anything against the Colts defense.
Yeah,
Or
once again, they
Bearcats,
come
sorry
up
about
short.
that.
So they get the initial big 12-yard run
Yeah.
from Gates, and then they pull him out. Interesting.
Very. Yeah, I seem to catch myself when I'm looking at the scoreboard. And it's
So that brings on Corsino again. This will be his third field goal of the game if he can convert. He's had one block from about 51 yards. This one's going to be easily good.
and that was easily. I mean, he almost even looked like he took a little bit off. He didn't put, a whole lot into it, and it sailed through easily.
Yeah, that was another. I believe that was his second. As a 38-yard. I believe his previous one was a 39-yarder.
39 yard.
So I mean, he's pretty much automatic from those distances. And it looks like Corsino's going to go back out there and kick this time. We'll see if he can get another one down. He had the one earlier in the game at the 1-yard line. It ended up having to be a re-kick, but I love to see those ones that are down near the goal line.
Yeah. And he does. He has the foot to kick them far. I mean, for the Bearcats, that's got to be a great feeling to know you have a kicker that can kick the ball to the 1-yard line.
I'm wondering, when I'm looking at the Bearcat offense, I'm wondering if they're having some offensive line issues. I mean, I see Powers is playing some offensive line. They're shuffling guys around. They're shuffling guys from the left to the right side. It doesn't seem to be a real consistent offensive line.
Yeah, they
So I'm wondering if they're missing somebody, if somebody's hurt.
Yeah, it could be.
If there's something we don't know.
Yeah.
And this one's going to be deep, and that one's going to go into the end zone and sail out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And, yeah, that's a line drive kick there. He's got a foot.
Yeah.
He can put the ball.
It bounced about 2 yards deep into the end zone, and the Colts didn't even attempt.
No.
The return man for the Colts watched it sail over his head and said, no thanks.
No, I don't need any of that.
Yeah.
Remember Johnny Boggs? Johnny Boggs could kick it into the end zone every time. That's amazing for high school.
Yeah.
A foot like 3 feet wide.
Well, that field goal gives them a little breathing room anyway.
Yeah.
They can give up a score. They can play a little bit more reckless now and feel okay giving up a score. The Colts are going to call a timeout now. And we'll take you to our advertising partner, UPX. Just a couple notes about UPX. UPX generally, I mean, it's no lines. You can go there and get your office supplies. You can get packing supplies. You can get copies made. Anything you can do at the big box copy stores, you can generally do over there at UPX. So give those guys a shot next time. And here comes the pressure. He's got some time. And
Derek Archer's there to be able to break that pass up.
Wow, that was probably the most. And we're gonna watch that one again. And Archer able to chase that one down.
Yeah.
That was probably the most time that Fawcett has had all day.
Yeah, and he was still.
He threw a great pass.
He did. He had time to throw the pass.
I tell you what, number 17, I don't have his name on the roster. I think Anthony Montgomery, 6'4", 190-pound receiver out of Lakes High School. I tell you what, he's got great hands. I mean, he catches most of the stuff that's thrown to him. He's the guy that caught the long 56-yard touchdown early. You know,
he's already got a touchdown, the lone touchdown of the Colts this game.
Fawcett's under center. One wide to the right, two to the left, two running backs. Takes a snap, he drops back, he's looking, and that is going to be Mr. Ron Strozik once again.
And this
time
quarterback
Fawcett is staying down.
I mean,
Let's take
Strozik
a
was
look
on
at that
a
one
dead
again.
run at him.
Let's watch Strozik here. He lines up at the defensive end and just beats that left tackle. I mean, the left tackle barely gets a hand on him before he gets in there and just crushes the quarterback.
And you got to wonder, Clarence, how many of these hits can he take? I mean, Fawcett's taken so many of these hits, and Strozik's pretty much been the one doing it.
So let's see who's going to come in and take the snaps now.
Yeah, they're going to switch it up.
So the one bad thing about when a backup quarterback comes in, you're just not sure what they're going to, they may change into a whole different package to accommodate that guy.
Yeah, so you have no idea what this guy has to, offer.
So he's going to go into the shotgun. He's got a wide, running back to each side, two wide to the right, one to the left. It's a high snap. It's going to go back into the end zone. Snap. He's going to chase it down. And now he's just going to let it go out of the side.
And another safety. And the quarterback fell on the pavement. I mean, that can't feel good.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, he fell.
He's still down, and that's two quarterbacks in two plays.
Yeah. What do you do?
He hit the asphalt out there.
It looked like he rolled an ankle is what it looked like to me, Clarence. He's trying to run it off. It looks like he's okay, but man, that's scary.
That was scary. Yeah, I mean, you can't go down. You only brought 29 guys to begin with, and you can't go down to your third quarterback. So the Bearcats.
Getting the safety's bad enough, but you have another quarterback that goes down. That's bad news.
So the Bearcats doing it in an unconventional way, but they managed to go up by possibly 2 scores here, 20-7. A 13-point margin right now. With just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And let's see if the Bearcats offense can get something going here.
I don't want to hear that.
I like the combination. I really like the combination of Gates and Powers. I always have. I like the way that Powers runs.
Yeah.
I like when he gets ahead of steam. I mean, there's not a guy he can't knock off his feet.
He's moving people.
And he really just blows that hole open for Gates. And I would like to see them go back to that.
Wait a second. I got 13. I'm on the money right now.
And the free kick, punt, fielded at about the 35-yard line. And he's up to the 50 now. Makes a move out to the outside. He's at the 45, the 40. Down to about the 37-yard line.
He followed his blockers there.
And
the blockers did a fine job of opening up holes, and he followed them.
And that's sometimes what the Bearcats, with those shifty guys in the back, sometimes those shifty guys are not patient enough to wait for their blockers and follow those blockers. Sometimes they break off a little too quick. And this time, they get a guy that's willing to go straight up behind his blockers and let them do their job.
And they did their job there. I mean, the Bearcats looking at their right now at the 36-yard line. That's pretty good field position here.
So we got Traxlin at fullback, Gates at tailback. Looks like the Colts are going to try to stack the line of scrimmage. The give is going to be to Gates on the left side, and just not able to get it going.
Still having trouble getting those holes that he needs to get those long yard plays that he's been used to getting. That's for sure.
And it seems like the guards, in past games that I've watched, it seems like the guards have been able to get cleaner, pull. The pulling guards have been able to get out cleaner and get cleaner blocks.
Yeah.
And it seems like they're getting held up a little bit.
They're
just not getting out there as cleanly.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you.
And hey, give it to the Colts coaching staff. Maybe they've just really done their homework and found a chink in the armor.
And they, there is that chink in the armor, that's for sure.
So Cook's going to be in at fullback now. Now he's going to shift out with Winther to the right side along with Jackson. So it leaves Gates in the backfield alone. Evans takes the snap. He looks downfield, steps up, and he's got Winther this time.
And we haven't said his name too
No.
often tonight.
No.
But that's a first down pickup right there.
And when we see them have success in the passing game, we've seen them go to Dayton, Winther, and Cook. They're big guys,
Yep.
you know, who not only catch the ball, but they bowl their way for that extra 2 and 3 and 4 yards because they're such big bodies.
And as you're saying that, Cook comes out, Dayton comes out. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
So now we got Gates and Powers back in the backfield. Evans under center. Winther's going to go in motion. Evans drops back. He's looking towards the end zone, and he's got Jackson, who's caught and is able to secure the ball.
And he's going to make it all the way to the 9-yard line, Jackson is.
Doesn't get much more, but he gets inside the 10.
He does.
And that's another Bearcat first down, so they'll have 4 chances from the 9, Dave.
Yep. Let's see if they can punch that ball into the end zone here. Jackson's had a lot of different passes thrown to him, but just hasn't been able to come up with one, and there he did.
And that's going to end the quarter. Perfect. Now they're going to be going into the...
Good deal. The Colts are up 20-7.
So the Bearcats knocking on the door. This could be their opportunity to get a real good cushion going.
Should have been something like a win here and they're in the playoffs, or is that going to jinx them?
No, go ahead. We're just talking here in the booth for you folks at home. A win here secures a playoff berth for the Bearcats, and if they continue to win, they'll be able to host a first-round playoff game.
And that would be a great thing for the Harbor. I know the playoffs is a big deal for the Bearcats and for the Harbor.
And this is being one of the most successful seasons the Bearcats have had after a somewhat disappointing 5-6 season last year. And you know, their lone loss coming to the #1 ranked Monarchs. And I tell you what, you know, I don't care what anyone says, they can play with those guys if they meet them again.
They can. The last game when they played the Monarchs, it was a lot of turnovers, and that had a that made the big difference.
Yep. Evans under center, Gates and Cook in the backfield. Fake to Gates. Evans rolls out to his right. Oh, he's got it. And he's going to run it himself. It looked like, just for a flash, it looked like Cook was open in the end zone.
Yeah.
But that window closed really quick. And Gates does the right thing by not trying to thread the needle and just picking up a couple yards.
The Colts secondary was able to get over there real quick to be able to shut that pass down, or that could have been a 6 points real quick.
So that brings up 2nd down and 5. And let's see if they go to their steady man Gates and just let him punch this one in. And it looks like that's a possibility because they got Powers back in there at fullback.
And I know Gates would like to have a touchdown right now.
The Colts stacking the box, though. And again, they are just shutting down the run. I mean, that's got to be frustrating right now for the Bearcats, who are used to having so much success.
Yeah. And
wow.
Thomas there for the Colts was able to shut that down, and I just don't understand.
They're getting there so fast.
They are. And like you said earlier, they had to have done some kind of homework on Gates. They had to have, because they're shutting him down.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to spread it out now. Cook is going to go out to the left. They're going to leave Gates in the backfield on his own, so he's out there with Hines and Jackson. Evans drops back. He looks to his right. He's going to go into the end zone. It's going to be picked off. And let's take a look at that one again. To me, it didn't look like that one was even close.
Bad luck for the Bearcats. I mean, jeez.
So 4 tries from the 9-yard line. They're unable to punch it in. And not only that, but they're not even going to back the Colts up. The Colts are going to get it at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line. The ball goes from the 5-yard line, and they can't do it. And that's disheartening for your quarterback. I mean, and your whole team. I mean, I'm sure the whole team is pretty disappointed right now to be that close and have 4 downs to do it, and to end up throwing an interception in the end zone.
He's been playing so well lately, taking care of the ball.
Yeah. Very disappointing.
if the defense can do it one more time. They got 7 guys on the line of scrimmage. And there goes Joel Brown. He nearly gets him. Daniel Brown nearly gets him. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage by number 2, Jerry Mancuso.
Yeah, he was trying to find any kind of hole he could get to, but there was no hole. So
he was lucky to get where he
was
got.
lucky to where he got. You're exactly right.
The Browns were all over that.
They were. I mean, we'd call that on the old schoolyard, running for your life there.
So they'll try it again from the 20-yard line.
And we switched quarterbacks, Clarence. So there, Fawcett must be hurt worse than he's showing.
7 guys again on the line of scrimmage, or near the line of scrimmage. Now Joel's going to back out into the middle linebacker spot. And it's going to be a fake handoff, and that's Mr. Strozik, but he's not able to hang on. And this quarterback's got some speed. He's looking downfield.
And
he heaves one out there. He's got a man open.
And he's got to catch it.
And they're going to say that's a catch. So let's take a look at that one again.
Yeah,
I'm not sure he had possession.
I don't either.
When he went out of bounds.
Well, for me, it almost even looked like he didn't even have 2 feet into the
Boy, we just kind of don't have the best angle on that one. To me, it looked like he was out of bounds.
I'd have to say he was out of bounds, and I think that the line judge gave him one on that one.
Yep. I thought he might have had a foot right there, but to me, it didn't look like he actually gained possession until he was out of bounds. So even if he had a foot in when the ball hit his hands, I don't think he had possession of it. But nonetheless,
big play for the Colts.
They moved the ball into Bearcat territory, now have some confidence and momentum. What looked like a play that was going to be dead inside the 5-yard line turns out to be a giant gain. And now the quarterback's going to keep it here and being chased by Daniel Brown. And he's going to run out of bounds for a gain of about 2.
And that quarterback that they brought in,
he's fast.
He's really fast. He's able to get out of that pocket in a hurry.
And it looked like he was planning on taking that one the whole time.
Yeah.
Great presence of mind down here to look downfield, because he was chased out. He was wrapped up by Strozik for what looked like it was going to be a big-time sack, and he runs out to his right, sprints out to his right, and then it looked like all of a sudden he thought, oh, wait, I can still got some time to throw it downfield. He looks up and finds his man. And credit to the wide receiver who never gave up on the play either. Not sure what went on with that play. A lot of guys standing around.
Yeah, Lyle was on the coverage there, and
it was close.
Really close. I mean,
So 3rd and 10. See if the Bearcats can hold them one more time. Bearcats still have a comfortable cushion, and they're actually now Fawcett is back in. So Fawcett likes what he sees going on the field now. He's back. He wants back in the game.
Yeah, he notices something, Clarence.
And it's going to be an inside handoff, and number 21, Tristan Gray, going to pick up a few.
And Daniel Brown there with the stop.
Still going to bring up 4th down and about 6 yards.
And what do you think here? I mean,
I think they got to go for it.
Yeah,
I mean it's the 4th quarter.
You've got 11 and a half
left. They got
left.
2 scores to come back. I think you got to go.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times have they seen this half of the field?
Yeah, exactly right. How many times has the Bearcats allowed their offense to be down on that side of the field? That's the thing.
So if they don't take their chances right now, they're not going to get many more.
They're not.
So Fawcett in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Goes over the middle to the big man. He catches it, and he bowls his way forward.
And that is a big tight end.
Let's take another look at that. That almost looked like a guard-eligible type play.
You know, I was waiting for him to catch a ball,
I'm not sure
he
if
finally
he
got
lined up
one.
as a tight end or a guard. I mean, a tackle on that one. Wow. And, I've been watching that big number 9, and most of the time he stands around. He's exhausted. He's tired, and I knew that they were going to him as soon as he shot. He shot out like a dart from the line of scrimmage.
Ran that slant right through the middle of the field.
Most of the time, almost every play you watch him, and he's just standing there. You know, he doesn't even really get a good block in, and he just darted out. See, look at him.
And they're picking up momentum, Clarence. They're getting yardage. There's a flag down right there at the 20-yard line. It's probably going to be holding, Clarence.
Yep. They're calling it a hold. So that's going to move it back 10 yards. So it's going to be first down and 20 from about the 30-yard line. So Big Mitch Johnson. See, that time he just stood there on the line of scrimmage and didn't engage anyone. The big man's got to be hurt and playing both ways.
He does.
They got him listed at 340, and he's probably every bit of that.
Oh, I bet, if not more. Yeah, and they have him lined up at the right, at the tight end on the right side. So.
Yeah, 3 running backs in the backfield this time. And it looks like they run a counter play. Stopped by Strozik early. Strozik had that one in the backfield, but he was able to shake loose, pick up a gain of about 14 yards.
And I can't help to notice that they're getting momentum.
Yeah.
They are getting momentum, and they're moving the ball more than they have the whole game.
And even after that, that could have really sucked the wind out of their sails. After getting that, they had a nice play, and then they get the holding call. That could, they could have gave up and quit.
Yeah.
But they kept right at it, and they pick up 15 yards and make it a manageable 2nd and 5.
Maybe the Colts still have some life in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of counted them out because of the defensive play of the Bearcats, but their offense is coming out to play this 4th quarter.
Fawcett back in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's going to be an inside handoff, and this time he's not going to get anything.
Gobbled up by Dan Brown. We've been saying his name a lot lately tonight. I'm going to hope to get an interview with him after the game and ask him about tonight. I mean, he's got quite a few tackles. He's got a fumble, and, he's doing pretty good.
Forced fumble, a fumble recovery.
Yeah, fumble recovery. Big 3rd down here for the Colts.
Fawcett's going to go up under center this time. Takes the snap, drops back, looks to his right, chased out by Daniel Brown. He's able to get the ball away, but he floats it up there. And, wow, they are not going to call pass interference
and that looked like that could have been pass interference to the Bearcats, but the flag wasn't thrown.
Looked like maybe Robbie was, they're going to say Robbie was looking back for the ball.
Yeah.
If Robbie's not looking back for the ball, I think they call that pass interference.
I think so.
He's looking back, and he's able to try to make a play on the ball, but there is a flag down behind the line of scrimmage, so we'll see what they're going to say here. Maybe it's a hold. Not sure.
Yeah.
Well, you're blocking this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, it's going to go against the Bearcats. It's going to be an automatic first down. I'm not sure what they called them. Maybe roughing the passer?
Yeah, something like that. It looked like it was. Because the passer, the quarterback, did get hit kind of late, but I mean they're lucky it wasn't a pass interference too. I mean they could have had their choice there.
Yeah, that's true. So it's going to bring up first down and 9. The Bearcats didn't have much success on their 1st and 9. I guess we're going to call it the 8. So they get 4 tries from the 8 to close the gap to 1 score. And they stretch it out. And they're going to pick up about 3. 2nd and 5.
And McElravy was there to put the hard hit on the running back there.
Yeah, I saw the center, number 33, Garrett Kaysen, chop Big Matt Brown.
Yeah.
That's not much else you can
Yeah,
do.
there isn't either.
So
Not a whole lot you can do with that big boy.
That's not a bad strategy. If you're
No.
going to run, you run a slant
Yeah.
and you chop the big man.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to move him out of the middle.
You're not. I've seen him get double teamed quite a bit this season.
They bring the backup quarterback back in, Sundquist, and he's going to hand it off, and it's going to be a touchdown. Number 21, Tristan Gray.
And now, I mean, we got a game here.
Yep.
I mean, the Colts are coming back. They've got some momentum now. I mean,
plenty of time.
And
what that does, it puts a lot of pressure on that Bearcat offense.
Yeah. I mean, with the extra points, this is a 2014 game. It was a lot of pressure, like you said, on the offense of the Bearcats.
We got the old school barefooted kicker comes on for the PAT. Snap is good. Kick is up, and it's blocked. And that's a live ball. Joel Brown brings it out.
And that's very big.
Yep.
It could have went from a 6-point, but now we're at a touchdown, with the PAT. So that's big for the Bearcats there.
Nice job for the Bearcats special teams.
Big.
I got to tell you guys, I'm really surprised that this game was this close.
I am too.
The way the Bearcats have been playing.
Well, and I figured the Colts would have been tired. I mean, and they're not showing that they're tired.
Look at
they're over there jumping around. I mean, they're here to play. They want to come into Harbor and they want to upset this number 3 Bearcats team.
Yeah, that's the thing about being at the top.
Yeah.
It puts a giant target on your back, and you get everyone's best game.
Yep. And, I mean, the Bearcats coaching staff's got to let their team know you got to shut these boys down.
I'd like to see the Bearcats try running up the middle without pulling the guards. Just try to run straight up the middle.
Run straight up.
Run and just move that. Try to get your offensive line to move that defensive. Getting hung up, and it's just not working today. Jackson will field it, and he's coming up the left side. He's got some room. Still on his feet.
And he's able to find a hole, and he's going.
He's still going, and he's inside Colt territory, and that should slow down that Colt momentum.
That is, that's a big run by Jackson.
A very patient run.
Yes. Very slippery. I mean, to be able
waited for some blocks.
You bet.
Yeah.
Pick up another 20 yards.
Let's see if this offense can do their part. The special teams has done what they can do. The defense has played outstanding. Let's see if the offense can toe their weight in this game. And this last drive.
Boys, I'm having trouble with audio down there.
Hargrove in motion. Left to right. They give us inside the gates. And he's going to pick up 2.
And bottled up. And he's due for a big run.
Yeah.
I mean, he's due for a big run, and he's got to know that. I mean,
the way that, and what I haven't seen them do, they did it early and they scored the touchdown on the toss to Cameron Smith. Maybe now's the time that you've been pounding it with Gates up the middle. Maybe we throw a toss because it seems like they're stacking that box. Maybe we toss it to the outside and let him give himself an opportunity to get around that defense.
And that wouldn't be a bad idea for the Bearcats. Mix it up a little bit here. Because they've obviously got Gates' number this game.
And here comes the pressure. And Evans is going over the top and right over the outstretched hands of Jeremy Walker. We'll take another look at that.
If he, That was a good pass. I thought he would have had that one.
Looked like it was going to drop right down in the old bread basket there.
That's what it looked like to me, and it just right outside of his hands.
Great pass by Evans.
I'd have to say that'd have been 6 points.
Yeah. 3rd down and 9 now. Bearcats just not quite able to execute.
It looks like we got some pointing going on down there on the line. We got a penalty on the play.
We'll wait for the call. To me, it looked like the Colts jumped, but we'll see if they were drawn offsides. And I think they're going to call it against the Colts because the Colts look not happy there. The Colts defensive line not happy. Oh, so what that, I believe what they're saying there, Dave, is barking. The defensive line cannot come and bark and try to,
to draw them off.
Sides by saying hut or barking or roop, roop, that sort of thing.
Discerning signals, they said.
Yeah, So that's a break for the Bearcats. They're back into run territory. And Bearcats going a quick snap, and there goes Gates, and he's going to power. He willed his way to a 1st down there. So the Bearcats get a rare 1st down.
And that's going to move the chains, and that's, like you said, that is a rare one. And that's what the Bearcats have to do. They have to keep getting 1st downs, get some of that time off the clock, and try to get that back into the end zone to get this game out of reach.
And they got Cook back in at fullback. And, wow, number 45 comes off the edge. That's not on my roster. Holy smokes.
He was there in a hurry.
He was there right at the exchange.
Right at the exchange. He wrapped up his legs and took him down.
He came from the right side, or from the left side. On the right side, Cook was trying to block 2 guys.
Yeah.
So, they brought the pressure from everywhere. I'm thinking maybe, we try to run it to the outside.
Yeah.
And we may force them to stop bringing so much pressure.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 14. Loss of 4 on the play. And passes to Walker. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at about the 25-yard line.
That looks
but
like
not
right
before
out.
he picks up about 8 yards. So another 3rd and manageable 5 yards.
And they're saying he didn't step out of bounds, Clarence.
Oh, so
yeah, we got the clock still running, so
running.
we were wrong up here. He didn't get out of bounds.
Wow. And Gates is going to go out the left side, and now we got some room. He stays in bounds, and he's about out of bounds they're going to say it's the 8-yard line. I thought it was closer to the 6-yard line, but we'll take a look again and see where it looked like he went out of bounds.
And that's the runs that he's used to.
And, yeah, this is what we're used to seeing out of him. So 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Last time they had 1st and goal from the 9, and they ended with the interception in the end zone. Let's see if they can make this one count. And they're going to stay with Gates this time. They're not going to bring in Cameron. They might have been trying to switch it up too much with Cameron this game.
Yeah, that's the truth. Maybe he couldn't get into his rhythm.
Seemed like they subbed him in, when
And
Gates was finding success. And there is Mr. Gates. And the crowd here in Stewart Field is excited and happy about that one to finally get him going.
And that's a big, that's big for for him to get into the touchdown. And he's been looking for a run like that, you know.
That was Gates.
Yep.
And another blocked field goal. And he's
Uh-oh.
going for it.
And he is taken down by the kicker. Coruscino saves it.
He saved that.
Yeah. Wow, so that makes the score 26-13, and it's back to a 13-point game.
And that is big for Coruscino to be able to stop that. Because from the looks of it, he was on his way.
We're having audio problems down there on the field. I can't pull that audio up for some stupid reason.
Can you reset the camera?
It's not going to help because when I switch off the audio to the inline mics here, then but it's not bringing it back up for some reason. See, it's not here.
Oh, so it's not even on there.
No, it's not registered as an audio source. That's what I was saying. Maybe we could pull them up here or something like that, but or maybe we can bring the coach up or something. But
Yeah, god damn it.
I'm sure they'd be happy to come up here.
I don't know, man.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, come all the way up here with your gear on.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, break an ankle on the way.
Yeah. Better luck next game, I guess, huh?
Dang it. Can you just kill the camera altogether and bring it back up?
Well, that's not going to do any good because it's all controlled in here.
Colts get out there at about the 35-yard line. Colts have 4 minutes, Clarence, about 4 minutes and 7 seconds to do something here, and they're 2 touchdowns down, you know, so what do? I mean, hurry?
Gamble time.
Yeah, I was going to say hurry.
I could pull up this. That's not going to do any good. Unless it's switched. Put that input in here.
Faucet in the shotgun. Not if you put a commercial on. And pass is complete. Just shy of the first down. What if you put a commercial on and then did it?
I can't do it.
And there was defense, you know, was on the quarterback there and put their hands on the quarterback and hit him again, but he was able to get that off. It looks like we're going to go into the hurry-up offense here, Clarence.
Second down and 1. Let's see if they try to run for the first down. Or this is pretty much a free play if you want to go deep.
Yeah.
And he's
they
going to
do
heave
go
it deep.
deep.
And
It was the receiver's face. He wasn't even looking at it.
no.
He's out there forced company.
Yeah, he had 2 guys in the vicinity.
And this is a big-time 3rd and 1 here, Clarence. You know, you try to get this first down if you're the Colts. And if you're the Bearcats, you stop them.
You should probably still go down there, and just wait there, and then when they come over to say, hey, we lost our audio, we need to be able to do it this game. That way they're not,
I might be able to do it still. I wouldn't hold off. As soon as the game's over, I'll point the camera. I'll go to FaceTime, and I'll FaceTime.
Well, he's going to have to go down there
I'm going to have to
before
go
the end,
down there, yeah.
before the end of the game, so he can be down there.
Can you talk freelance for a little while?
Oh, yeah.
Switching this
Oh,
stuff, and
absolutely.
I'll pull the headset, and I'll talk while I'm doing this or something like that.
Uh-oh.
big gain for the Colts.
Yeah, and I think they caught the Bearcats off balance there because this late in the game, you feel like they're gonna pass. You feel like you're not gonna. They haven't been successful a lot with the run. So sometimes that's the best time. Mike Holmgren, I think, was the master of that.
Yeah, and he was
popping it to Max Strong on a 3rd and long. Back into the spread formation. Fawcett takes a snap. He looks to his right. He lets it go. And that receiver is met immediately at the 50-yard line by number 21. It's number 21, Jake Early.
And they're getting right back on the line again. Jake Early was there to stop him and almost steer wrestled him down, it looked like.
Yeah, it looked like a rodeo move.
Yeah.
And that Colt line looks tired.
They do.
Fawcett takes the snap. Here comes Strozik. And pass is complete to number 10, Malik Gilbert.
And at 2:48, the Colts are running out of time, and they've got to get that ball into the end zone twice. So.
Yep, they've already ran a little over a minute.
Yeah.
But that play does stop the clock. Now they're gonna say start the clock. I thought he got out of bounds.
And they're taking a lot of time to get back up there on the line. With that clock running.
I don't know if they knew that the clock was running. I think they thought they had some time.
I think so.
One running back in the backfield. To the right, to the left. High snap. Fawcett able to bring it down. Looks like a screen pass. And he's going to have the first down, which I think is going to stop the clock while they move the chains. So if the Colts can hustle to the line of scrimmage, they're not going to lose much time on this one.
Yeah, the Colts they're hurrying. They're trying to get it in there as quick as they can.
And this one is going to be complete. They're going to say it's a catch, but that doesn't do them much good because it's a pickup of about just a couple, and it keeps the clock running.
Yeah, like you said, the clock don't stop.
And he throws that one up for grabs, and nearly picked off. And 2 guys had a shot at it.
Derek Archer was there. It went right off his chest. I thought he would have came up with that. The quarterback just kind of threw it up there.
Yeah, that floated.
Yeah.
Looked like a wounded duck.
Yeah, it did.
And another big play. Number 21, Tristan Gray. All right, so 1 minute 26 seconds left. Got a timeout. Trying to find out who the injured player is. Looks like maybe Jake Early, who's had a phenomenal game today. Looks like maybe a leg injury of some sort. Trainers are down on the field.
Who's injured?
And it looks to be Jake Early, number 21. He's had a fantastic game today.
Never like to see injured people. It's one of the successes of a team, you know, is to not have injuries when you're heading into the playoffs.
That's true. And he's been such a big contributor.
Minute 26 left in the fourth quarter. Bearcats up 26-13.
And we hope there's nothing serious here. He looks like he's in a lot of pain. This would be a big loss for the Bearcats as the postseason approaches, the way he's been playing today. And they're going to carry him off the field, and the trainer's going to continue to work on him off the field. Meanwhile, it's 1st and 10 for the Colts from the 20-yard line, threatening to score and making a one-score game. Fawcett looks deep downfield. He's going to go towards the sideline. He's going to overthrow his receiver, number 1, Robbie Delgado. And a flag on the play, and it looks like it's going to be on the Bearcats. I'm not sure if it's going to be roughing the passer or an unsportsmanlike penalty. I'm not sure what's going on down there. A little extracurricular activity.
I've seen a bunch of red people and then big guy down there. Maybe he was jawing him a little bit.
Oh, it's going to be 2 penalties. They're going to offset, and they're going to replay the down. So it'll be 1st down and 10 again. And a few precious seconds roll out the clock for the Colts. Okay. Just wave to them when you want them to, or on that. Oh, so it's going to be, it's not going to be a replay of the 1st down. It's going to be 2nd down and 10.
So offsetting penalties remains down counts. 2nd down and 10 from the 20.
4 wide receivers. Fawcett takes a snap. He's going to go right to the corner of the end zone. He's got a man, and there's a collision in the end zone, and they're going to say both guys are going for the ball, so no pass interference, and the ball knocked away. Good play by the Bearcat defensive back there.
Yeah, that was his ball, really. There was no penalty you could have called on that.
Well, from my angle, what I couldn't tell was if he looked back. You know, that's the damning thing for pass interference is if you're not looking for the ball and you run into the other guy, then that's pass interference. As long as your head is turned, you have every right to the ball that the receiver has. So those are the ones that don't get called.
Third and 10. It's hold on time.
And Fawcett, he's going to go right down near the end zone again, and this one's going to fall incomplete harmlessly. And it's going to bring up 4th down and the last gasp here for the South King County Colts. You know, I get the feeling, Dave, you get the feeling that, you know, with this game being so close for so long that, you know, if the Bearcats come out of here with the win, you're almost going to feel like they escaped with the win, not necessarily that they earned it or dominated. You feel like they almost stole one because the way that they played offensively.
Right. Offense was definitely not clicking tonight, but their defense was, you know. Defense wins games, hence the phrase. And certainly tonight, the defense has won this game.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good thing going into a playoff march, but, you know, I'm pretty confident they'll get their offense back. And
it's in the end zone, and
turnover on downs.
And that's going to be it. That looks like it's going to be the last gasp.
55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wonderful night here in Aberdeen.
Yeah, beautiful night. A little nippy out, but clear as a bell.
Lights are on.
Bearcats take over on down with 55 seconds left. Score 26, Colts 13.
So what's the point differential? 13, is that what I see here?
Yep, 13 point.
I believe that was the Marvett.
Well, we'll see. Hey, the Bearcats could throw
pick
another
to
one
click.
up. Well, the Bearcats could throw another one up.
They could.
And they got Cameron Smith in there, and they're probably just going to grind it out. And the give is to Smith, and he's going to pick up about a yard. And it's going to run the clock, and now we're going to get a timeout.
What's the cameraman's name down there? I forgot.
Neil.
Special thanks to Neil for coming out tonight. Hopefully he'll stay with us and be our cameraman for the future. We'll shout out. Special thanks to my daughter Annalisa for helping us out again tonight.
As always, I'm your play-by-play man, Clarence Sawyer, along with Dave Halstead and our producer, David Marbett. Been a pleasure to bring these Bearcat games to you the last few times, and we got 3 more home games, so make sure you tune in for the rest of the season, and then we're gonna do our best to bring you Bearcats playoff football.
They keep on winning, they'll have home field advantage. And you know, I found out that the championship's in Vancouver, so it's real close to home.
Yeah.
Somewhere on Battleground or something. Clock ticked off, but it stopped now. 48 seconds. Doesn't that usually happen when they run down the clock? It's what happened there? Somebody call timeout.
Yeah, it looks like the Colts are burning their final timeouts here, trying to preserve, what's left of the clock. And now the clock is going to run, and they're going to wait.
Silence.
He's going to let the clock tick down as far as he can before he takes the snap, and he's going to take a knee, and it's going to be all over. And they're going to actually run a play, and Smith is going to shake loose and come up shy of the first down. And they're going to stop the clock, and they're going to take their final timeout, I believe.
We'll try here in about 16 seconds.
And as soon as the game's over, Dave, he's going to do the old switcheroo, and we'll get right to you.
That's pretty cool.
Probably wouldn't hurt to just do it right now, Dave. All he's going to do is kneel on
All
it.
right, Anna. We don't need the camera anymore. Thank you. Well, we can keep that one there. No, I've got to unplug both of them.
And as the clock ticks down, 16 seconds left. The anticipation starting to set in here on the sideline for the Bearcats. As it looks like this could be the final play of the game. They're in the victory formation. And they take the knee. And that is the end of the game. Bearcats squeak one out. Closer than we thought, but they win here at home, keep the winning streak alive, and to walk away with a 26-13 victory. A lot of the Bearcats' points today came unconventionally. The 2 safeties, a few field goals, 3 field goals, I believe it was. But the Bearcats coming away with a victory. It almost felt like they escaped with the victory today. You felt like the offense just wasn't clicking today. I'm not sure if it had something to do with personnel or offensive line, but for some reason the holes just didn't seem to open up like they usually do for our man Jeff Gates. We've been spoiled with his back-to-back 100-yard games, so we're accustomed to seeing him find so much success, and so to see him struggle a little bit was difficult, but the fact that they were able to struggle offensively and still come away with the victory is definitely encouraging as we go down the countdown to the playoffs with the a lot of the difficult part of the schedule behind the Bearcats and at home. Things are looking good.
I think we got it. Keep on talking.
So next week, the Bearcats will be on a bye, and their next home game will be here in 2 weeks, and then they'll be in their last away game will be in Yakima on June 9th. So June 2nd, they'll be right back here.
I need to get some audio and plugged into that.
Okay, and so one of my key player of the game, if I had to pick a player of the game today, I would go with Mr. Ron Strozig. He had a fantastic first half. I was able to get to the quarterback and put some punishing hits on the quarterback. So he is my Grace Harbor Web TV player of the game right now.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the audio coming from. Very good.
And we're going to take a quick timeout here while we try to get a on-field interviews with a couple of the Bearcat players. So stay tuned.
Test. We're good now?
So now we're just waiting for them to finish up the prayer on the field, and we'll grab a couple players.
So, you're giving your player of the game. I definitely agree with you.
Strozig just had a giant impact. He's playing in the Colt backfield all day.
This has been a pretty neat game, actually. Rarely you ever see a defensive event like this. Offense wasn't really clicking on either side of the ball. For Grace Harbor or the Colts,
Yeah, the Bearcats, what was encouraging is the Bearcats did just enough at the end of the game. They got that running game going just enough where they were able to punch that last touchdown in, and Gates, it was great that it went to Gates after his hard work today and how much he struggled to get some success on the field. And so that gave them just enough cushion that they could play a little bit on their heels on defense and wait for the Colts to make a mistake. So it's just you go out there and you sometimes if the margin is too close, you go out there and you play tight on defense, and when you play tight, you make mistakes at times. So it was nice to see them give that defense, who's been working so hard all day, to give that defense a cushion.
Right. I agree. So yeah, stay tuned. We've got on-field interviews as soon as we can get the players wrapped up and rolling over there.
It
This
looks
will be
like
interesting. This is the first time we've ever done this.
And it looks like Dave Halstead is down on the field right now with Daniel Brown, and he's going to give us a quick interview on camera.
All right.
As he celebrates on the field with his family. We'll go down on
Are you right on this?
Yeah. What's going on?
All right, I'm here with Dan. Daniel Brown, linebacker for the Bearcats. Daniel, great game today. A lot of tackles, a lot of first fumbles, pending recovery for you. I was going to ask you, what were some of the keys to shut down the run tonight?
The front line boys, they kind of stuff it up, and they hold up on the run, and get some big shots on the backside of the linebackers. All their boys are always flying to the ball.
I know that the front line was doing work, and all you boys were doing good work. What were some keys to get to the quarterback? I know you guys had a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and had to actually shut down a couple of the quarterbacks.
Yeah, we had a lot of blitz packages that we had to go through, and we were just able to slow return on their tackles and their tight ends, break through. The middle backer, Joel Brown, he was running disruption.
You know, that was good. Congratulations, a great game. Good luck. We'll send it back up to you, boys. All righty. We'll do one more here.
All right.
Jeff Gates here, running back for the Bearcats. You found some success late in the game. What were some things that were, I noticed early in the game they kind of were stopping you during the game, but late in the game you found your niche and you ran the ball like you usually do.
These guys, the 3-1-3 right now,
0-3.
definitely don't play like what they don't. We've got some great linebackers that slow really well in pursuit of the ball. Our offense is built to utilize fourth quarter is
And when you guys being the number 3 seed, I mean, you guys have a bullseye, and that's what we were talking upstairs. You guys do have a bullseye. You guys played well. You played well, and I was glad to see that you got the bench. Congratulations, guys. Good one. Back up to you, boys. All righty.
All right.
All right, and that was linebacker Daniel Brown and running back Jeff Gates.
Yeah,
And
that was pretty weak.
we're gonna stay on the air for we're gonna stay on the air for just a moment and see if Coach Hoynes heads over. We may get an interview with Coach Hoynes
That's
after the
good,
game
dude.
also. No, tell him to hang in case Hoynes comes over.
Hey, you got Coach Hoynes on there?
Just tell him to wait in case he comes over because Justin's talking to him right now.
You got Coach Hoynes around you? Yeah, he's not answering. That looks like he's bailed on the Bruno thing. Justin, the Mecca Sandwich, is doing an interview with Coach Hoynes. All right. Well, we're always trying new stuff around here. We'll perfect this as the weeks go on. We wanted to do something like this, but pretty interesting how we were able to switch audio connections on you guys without you knowing. But there's Mr. Halstead. He came back from the interview,
Yeah.
and man, I can't say enough about Dave. It was a lucky find for us. It was like we were fishing, and there's this big giant lake, and he was the only fish that liked our hook. So
Yeah. So, I tell you what, guys. This was the most nerve-wracking game. I mean, I was nervous for the Bearcats the whole game. Probably even more than I was against the Monarchs because it felt like this is a team that they should beat, and because it felt like they never really had that two-fisted control of the game. And you felt like there were a couple of big plays away from maybe letting it slip away. And so I was really nervous for him this game. What about you guys?
I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Colts came back. I mean, they didn't give up. And like Gates just said, I mean, they don't play like a 0-3 team.
No.
They don't.
And to see them, I mean, after a lot of their players were playing both ways, to see them after they scored that second touchdown, to get over on that sideline and just be fired up, and come back on the field with all that emotion, that was impressive. It was impressive.
Yeah. And you see in the background our
So, all right, that's going to just about do it here from Aberdeen. Join us again in 2 weeks. The Bearcats are going to be on a bye next week, so join us again in 2 weeks when we come back and bring you another Bearcat game.
Who they playing in 2 weeks?
Let's see.
And
We
they're-
play in 2 weeks. We got a bye next week and play the Shockers.
The South Sound Shockers.
So Sound Shockers. All right, that's a home game. So we're going to be trying to bring you that away game at Yakima also the 9th of June. Working our hardest to do that. That'll be a fun game, go on the road. And then we're going to work our way into the playoffs too. And hopefully we put together a crew to do the playoffs thing. And so anyhow, Bearcats win another one. What is this, 4 in a row?
That is 4 in a row.
4 in a row, 26-13. They have secured a playoff spot, a win next week, and they will get home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs, which is like, I think there's a bye week in between, which is strange. But anyhow, special thanks for hanging in here with us. Yeah, keep on watching. If you are a business, want to advertise with Grace River Web TV, Northwest 8-Man, or Northwest Sports Network, let us know, and we'll be happy to throw your commercial, your ad online.
You can reach us at Clarence, David, or Halstead at ghwebtv.com.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Peace out. Have a great night.